Hello, it's Ralph. Welcome to the Secret Society. I'm going to be watching this trailer over here, which is the second trailer for The Mandalorian, which is coming out on November 12th. It's going to be a weekly show, and I'm going to have weekly shows for the Patreon. So look forward to that. So once again, here's another Star Wars trailer. Let's go ahead and watch it all the way through first because I've only seen it once. We're going to watch it first, and then I'm going to go back and we're going to look at everything. So let's take a look at The Mandalorian.
Is the world more peaceful since the revolution? It is a shame that your people suffered.
Forgot to look up those creatures.
But bounty hunting is a complicated profession. They said you were coming. They said you were the best in the parsec. Would you agree? Mandalorian, look outside. They're waiting for you. Yeah? Good.
So I just realized there's going to be a lot of shit to break down. So let's get to it. All right. So this shot we've seen before. We've seen this shot before in a previous trailer.
Is the world more peaceful since the revolution? It is a shame.
So these things I forgot to look up. I know I mentioned them on the last episode, and I was thinking before I did this, I said I should look up what those things are called from the Ewok Adventures. But yeah, these things right here, these two-legged creatures, are stop-motion creatures in the Ewok Adventure. I believe the second one, Battle for Endor. But yeah. Okay.
It is a shame that your people suffered.
So we get a couple of Trandoshans. I'm a huge fan of Bosk. For those of you that follow me on Twitter, I have the hashtag Ralph's Kenner Quest, and I'm collecting the old vintage Kenner Star Wars toys. And Bosk was the first one I got because I think Bosk is cool looking. So here he's fighting a couple of Trandoshans. They're pretty cool looking. Their armor here kind of looks similar to the flight suit that Bosk wears, even though I think Bosk's outfit is from like a Doctor Who episode, and it's also seen on other characters in the Cantina. So it looks like he's got his blaster that we see in the holiday special here. Also has a cattle prod on the front. This guy gets shocked. Bap. Bap. Like it goes flying back. Cool.
But bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
So we get to see the inside of a carbon freeze chamber. There's like a blue alien. I know people thought it was Hondo based on this shot. But yeah, this is like some sort of a blue alien. I can't quite get a good look at what he or she is. That's kind of cool. And then over here you see the Mandalorian walking away from just stacks 1, 2, 3, 4 carbonite thingies. It's a ship. It's a planet we see here. It's a kind of like a valley with lakes. Oh, and here are those carbon freeze chambers again. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got a couple of other ships in the background. They don't look terribly familiar. This sort of looks like the Ghost from Rebels, but it's not. And then, let's see. Here's what looks like a large snow speeder. That's pretty cool. Oh my god, there's so many shots on this thing. I feel like I'm rushing, but there's a lot to unpack here. So I don't want to take up too much time, because I feel like if I take up too much time, maybe the file will get corrupted and you won't get a full episode like that celebration video for episode 9. So I don't know what this looks like, a quadrumper from episode 7, but I can't really see. It's obstructed by this sort of droid creature. Oh, is this a 5th? 1, 2, 3, 4 carbonite chambers. It looks like there's a 5th one. They'd like stack neatly into this hull. So that's cool. I don't know who this guy is. Cool.
They said you were coming.
Let's get a little bit of a cantina here. Oh man, they barely show this. So we got this funny looking dude. Not really sure if he's like a yak face. A couple of human characters. You have a Rhodian, like Greedo. He or she's like a kind of a tan color. Man, this shot goes by way too fast. You got this blue creature here. I wonder if this is the same blue creature from the carbonite. Kind of looks similar along the head. Has a little bit of a trunk look like Watto a little bit. This looks a little similar to the jacket that the person's wearing in the carbon freeze. This is how it comes up over the... Yeah, it looks like a similar jacket. No, the nose looks different because I could see the mouth. So yeah, that's probably not the person in the carbon freeze. Here's some more aliens. It's cool that they're introducing new aliens. You have these guys. I've never seen anything like that before. Maybe they're from something in the EU. You have this kind of striped face guy. A human lady with tattoos, but they look like tattoos. Yeah. And then back here you have a Jawa, which is cool. They're bringing Jawas back. Here's that Rhodian over here. Okay, cool. Stormtroopers. Now, the funny thing about these stormtroopers is I can't stop looking at their helmets. Like, it looks dirty, but it almost looks like the helmet's from different armor than this body. Because the helmet's so dirty and the armor's slightly dirty on the shoulder, but they look like they've been put through the ringer. So you have Werner Herzog here with these surrounded by stormtroopers. So he's got a medal too. Like if you look at the bottom here, he's got a medal, which maybe he's some sort of rebel leader that now that the war is over, he's sort of gone into business on his own, and he's gone around and hired, stormtroopers who don't have anything to do in the galaxy. They don't have anyone to take orders from. So maybe he's like a former rebel leader that's going in and picking up stormtroopers as like private security.
Would you agree?
Okay, so he comes out and shoots this dude in the face. I mean, it looks like he's getting shot in the face, but of course they're not going to show the blaster bolt. They're not going to show the entry wound or exit wound. But if you look, they kind of fall back. That's kind of cool, I guess. Don't know who you are. I guess we'll find out. This cool kind of like saucer-shaped ship. You don't really see a lot of those in Star Wars. That's pretty cool. Oh shit, I didn't notice this. If you look at this family running away in this town, they're being pursued by super battle droids. That's kind of cool. So it sounds like with The Mandalorian and The Rise of Skywalker, they're really trying to bring the prequels into the fold. I know when Episode 7 came out, it felt like they were trying to distance themselves from the prequels, but they did bring up clones in that movie. So it's nice to see that they're trying to bring all of this stuff together. Even if you don't like the prequels, it's nice that they're able, that they can acknowledge them without trying to retcon anything. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, those are definitely super battle droids. So here's a squid face, and I always forget if they're Quarren or Aqualish. I think they're Quarren. You got a four-eye guy here. Looks very classic Cantina. He's firing back. Got one of these droid things. This old guy. Mentioned this in the last video. These guys don't even care. And then here's that snout guy again. But these guys don't even care. Like, this is something that happens in here all the time. In case you didn't know already, this is from Star Wars. So for those of you dum-dums out there that haven't figured out that this is Star Wars, what with the stormtroopers and droids and flying ships and Mandalorian helmets, so let your grandparents know it's from Star Wars. Get a cool beast here. It looks like a reek with the big horn, but it's kind of, I don't know if it's furry or if it's just covered in mud and junk. It's pretty cool looking. So here's that Ugnaught. People are thinking that this is Nick Nolte, and I've heard things where, I think I mentioned this before, where they put dots on his face, on Nick Nolte's face, and they track his motions, and it's relayed to a mask that a little person is wearing. Should be interesting. I'd like to see that. Speeder bikes. Mandalorian on a speeder bike. They look kind of like the classic speeder bike. Actually, the way it looks here with it swooping down and this sort of disc at the knees, it kind of looks like an early Ralph McQuarrie speeder bike. I don't know if it was Ralph McQuarrie, but someone designed early speeder bikes, and that's what it looked like. Could have been Joe Johnston or anybody else. Trying to figure out what this ship was last time, and I'm still not getting a good view of it. It fades out. It's got to be a new ship. I'm not sure. Mandalorian ship. It's a cool looking ship. Looks kind of like a... It looks like a mix between the clone gunships from Attack of the Clones. The ramp is a little Slave One, and then these big things on the side remind me of like a pod racer. So he might have cobbled the ship together. This guy over here is pretty cool looking. He looks like a skeleton guy with goggles. And this guy looks like a... he looks like a pod racer guy. One of the pod racers guys. But he looks like he's wearing a mask. So these might actually just be masks. In-universe masks. And here's Carl Weathers. With this guy who looks like one of the dudes from Valerian. Here's these guys. This doesn't look like a mask. That looks like a mask. Play.
Mandalorian.
So Gina Carano is in it. I don't know her character's name, but I'm assuming she was once a rebel, because if you look at her cheek here, and this will be on the cover art too for this video. Go to Patreon and look at that. On her cheek, she has a little tiny Rebel Alliance logo tattooed. Just a little tiny. It looks like a birthmark, but it's like a tattoo.
Mandalorian. Look outside. They are waiting for you.
So more stormtroopers. You don't really get a good look at his uniform. He has a cape, so he may be an Imperial officer, but he's wearing armor. And I don't see his little insignias there. His tours. Here's IG-11. I learned since last time. This is IG-11, voiced by Taika Waititi. Very excited about this. Looks like he's taking out some sort of marauders. They're not stormtroopers. But he's very articulate. Way more articulate than the Kenner action figure. And if you look at his head, his eyes are all swiveling around as he guns these guys down. This lady, I don't know who she is, but she's like looking like she's taking off his helmet. It almost looks like a dream sequence, like he's remembering this person fondly, because he seems out of place in this little area. So I don't know. Maybe it's flashback. Maybe not. She obviously trusts him enough, or he trusts her enough to touch, not only touch his helmet, but look like remove it. I have a feeling we're not going to see his face. I feel like they're going to go the Dread route and do that. So Gina Carano has like a double-barreled or a double magazine blaster that just fires repeated shots fast. It's like a machine gun. Over here you have a dead stormtrooper crotch. There. This dude, what is going on with this dude? Come on. He's got two blasters. One looks like Princess Leia's blaster. The other looks like they almost look like toy blasters. And then he's got one hooked to his shoulder like the Predator, which is pretty silly. This looks like it takes place in a cantina setting. This takes place in some sort of a ship setting. So these two shots probably have nothing to do with each other. This is kind of cool. This is like playing Kenner toys right here. You have the Mandalorian who grappled onto this TIE fighter. And it's Giancarlo Esposito in the TIE fighter chair. Still see his armor. I can't see if he's an Imperial officer or somebody else. But look at his face. That's it right there. That's pretty cool. I was never into Boba Fett or anything like that, but I might start getting into Mandalorians because of this. Because that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. Good.
So this thing is awesome, man. This gun from the holiday special with the orange and blue colors from the holiday special. It's slick looking, man. I'm excited. Disney Plus, we're all going to be buying it November 12th. It's only a few weeks away. I'm excited to do shows. If you haven't heard my guest lineup, I did a show recently. Just look up on the Patreon page for the show that doesn't have anything to do with Star Wars. And of course I mentioned Star Wars in that. Looking forward to that. I can't wait to talk about it. Hopefully you guys are watching that and going to be listening along with me. I'm very excited about the show, and I can't wait to talk about it more. Thank you once again for your support, and until next time, may the Force be with you.